Why women love an athletic physique. 4 surprising traits. You probably think women check out your arms first, but Japanese neuroscientists just shattered that myth with brain scans revealing women's pupils dilate most when observing one specific athletic trait that bodybuilders completely ignore. The billion-dollar supplement industry buried this research because it proves their entire marketing strategy is backwards. When you understand why women's attraction patterns evolved to detect movement quality over muscle quantity, everything clicks. The 4th trait activates what researchers call genetic fitness radar, a subconscious scanning system evaluating your DNA quality, injury resistance, and reproductive viability in under 3 seconds. Welcome to Alpha Attraction, the channel where real men get real, relatable advice on love, dating, style, and leveling up their lives. Most men think an athletic physique is about bicep size or having a six-pack. They're dead wrong. Science reveals that women are unconsciously attracted to 4 completely different traits that have nothing to do with how much you can bench press. In fact, some of the most attractive men I know can barely do 10 push-ups, but they've mastered these psychological triggers that make women feel safe, excited, and genuinely drawn to them. The 4th trait I'm about to share will completely change everything you think you know about attraction. And if you stick around for the bonus point at the end, you'll discover the one invisible quality that neuroscientists say trumps everything else, even good looks. Let's start with the first trait that separates boys from men. Point 1. Physical capability and protection. Most men obsess over mirror muscles, biceps, chest, abs, thinking bigger always means more attractive. They'll spend hours doing bicep curls while completely ignoring the movements that actually matter. Train for real-world capability instead of gym vanity. Focus on functional movements that build agility, balance, and core stability. Master compound exercises like deadlifts, squats, pull-ups, and farmer's walks. Practice movements that translate to everyday situations. Climbing, carrying, lifting, sprinting when needed. Think about it practically. Can you help someone move furniture without throwing out your back? Can you play with kids without getting winded? Can you handle a physical emergency with confidence? This is what real capability looks like. When you train for capability, everything else improves. You walk into meetings with better posture. Colleagues respect the quiet confidence of someone who moves with purpose. Simple tasks become effortless, carrying groceries, lifting luggage, helping others. You become the guy people turn to when something needs to be done. Women have evolved to unconsciously assess protection and capability through how men move. It's not about looking like a bodybuilder. It's about moving like someone who could handle whatever life throws at you. A woman feels safer with a man who moves efficiently and confidently than with someone who looks strong but can't tie his shoes without groaning. No one's impressed if you look like a tank but pull a hamstring climbing stairs. I've seen gym bros struggle to open pickle jars while construction workers half their size handle heavy equipment all day. Which one do you think radiates more confidence? But raw physical capability without discipline is like a Ferrari without brakes. Impressive until it crashes. The second trait separates amateurs from the men who truly command respect. Point 2. Discipline and self-control. Men approach fitness like a sprint. Crash diets, extreme workouts, all-or-nothing mentalities. They'll work out for 2 weeks straight, then disappear for 3 months. They expect results without consistency. Build sustainable systems, not temporary habits. Create structured routines you can maintain for years, not weeks. Practice moderation in everything: eating, drinking, training, even work. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency over time. Show discipline in small decisions daily. Choose water over soda. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Do your workout even when you don't feel like it. These micro decisions compound into massive character changes that everyone notices. Real discipline shows up in ways you might not expect. It's the calm body language of someone who doesn't need to prove anything. It's the steady posture of someone who's comfortable with delayed gratification. It's the controlled speech patterns of someone who thinks before reacting. Women pick up on these signals unconsciously. Discipline transforms every area of life. You become sharper at work because you're training your mind to focus. You have more energy for family because you're not burning out from inconsistency. Colleagues respect someone who follows through on commitments. Friends trust someone who shows up consistently. Self-control signals reliability and leadership potential. When a woman sees a man who can say no to immediate pleasures for long-term gains, she recognizes someone who could make good decisions for a family, a relationship, a future together. It's not about being rigid, it's about being trustworthy. I know guys who can't say no to a third slice of pizza, but somehow expect to develop six-pack abs through wishful thinking. Your discipline, or lack of it, shows up in your waistline, your posture, and your confidence level. You can't fake self-control for long. But discipline without energy is just grinding through life like a robot. The third trait brings everything to life and makes you magnetic in any room you enter. Point 3. Energy and vitality. Men confuse energy with caffeine highs, pre-workout stimulants, or manic enthusiasm. They think energy means bouncing off the walls or being loud and hyperactive. Build sustainable vitality through proper recovery, mobility work, and stress management. Focus on stamina that lasts all day, not just during your workout. Develop flexibility and mobility so you move smoothly and without pain. Create energy reserves through quality sleep, proper nutrition, and stress reduction techniques. Real energy is calm and steady, not frantic and scattered. It's the difference between a sports car that purrs at idle versus an old motorcycle that shakes apart when running. You walk into a room and people notice without you saying a word. You recover quickly from stressful situations instead of staying rattled for hours. You can engage socially at the end of a long day because you haven't burned through all your reserves. You approach challenges with enthusiasm instead of dread. Higher vitality means higher productivity at work without the afternoon crash. You're more playful with kids because you have energy to spare. Your social presence is stronger because you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You handle unexpected challenges with grace instead of panic. Energy is contagious. When you have genuine vitality, people want to be around you because you make them feel more alive. Women are drawn to men who can keep up, who bring positive energy to situations, who don't drain others with complaints about being tired all the time. This isn't about being fake positive or pretending you never have bad days. It's about having enough reserves to handle life's ups and downs without being knocked out by every small setback. If you need 2 naps just to survive a Sunday barbecue, it's not age, it's a lack of vitality. I've seen 50-year-old men with more energy than 25-year-olds who live on energy drinks and processed food. Vitality is earned, not bought. But capability, discipline, and energy without growth becomes stagnation. The fourth trait separates men who peak early from those who become more attractive as they age. Point 4. Commitment to self-improvement. Men think once they make it, good job, decent physique, some success, they can coast. They stop learning, stop growing, stop challenging themselves. They become comfortable and predictable. Embrace lifelong growth in all areas: physical fitness, personal style, emotional intelligence, professional skills, and mindset development. Stay curious, take on new challenges, admit when you don't know something, and learn it. The goal isn't to become perfect, it's to never stop becoming better. Make improvement a lifestyle, not a destination. Read books that challenge your thinking. Learn new skills that stretch your comfort zone. Seek feedback from people you respect. Celebrate progress over perfection. Growth requires humility, acknowledging you're not finished developing. It builds resilience because you learn to bounce back from failures as learning experiences. It creates adaptability because you're constantly adjusting and improving your approach. This makes you more interesting, more capable, and more confident. Continuous improvement keeps you relevant in rapidly changing industries. You become more valuable to employers and clients because you adapt to new challenges. Your relationships improve because you're actively working on communication and emotional skills. Your mental health stays strong because you have purpose and direction. Women are attracted to men with trajectory, not just current status. A man committed to growth signals he won't become complacent in a relationship. He'll continue evolving, stay interesting, and adapt to life's changes. This is the difference between men who become more attractive over time versus those who peak at 25 and slide downhill. Stagnation is the enemy of attraction. When you stop growing, you start dying, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You can't buy a self-improvement pill, though the supplement industry keeps trying to sell you one. Real growth happens through consistent effort, honest self-assessment, and the courage to do things that make you uncomfortable. These 4 traits create the foundation of masculine attractiveness, but there's one more element that ties them all together. This bonus point is our gift to the real community members who watch until the end. Bonus point: health and genetic quality. This is our thank you for watching until the end. You're our real community members who deserve the complete picture. Men obsess over appearance while ignoring health markers that actually matter. Sleep quality, stress levels, hormone balance, cardiovascular health. Prioritize the foundations. 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep, stress management techniques, balanced nutrition, injury prevention, and regular health checkups. These create the vitality and presence that can't be faked. Women subconsciously pick up on indicators of genetic quality through subtle cues: facial symmetry, smooth movement patterns, clear skin, steady energy levels. These signals bypass conscious thought and trigger deep attraction responses. This is the invisible edge, what neuroscientists call the ultimate fitness radar. You can't fake true health, but when you have it, everything else becomes easier. Recap: physical capability gives you confidence and protection ability. Discipline builds trust and respect. Energy makes you magnetic and fun to be around. Commitment to growth keeps you interesting long-term. And health ties it all together at the biological level. Write real strength in the comments to prove you watched until the end. I read every comment and appreciate this community. If this helped you see attraction differently, smash that like button and share it with a friend who needs to hear this. Subscribe for more real advice on leveling up your life. The recommended video on screen breaks down exactly how to build these traits systematically. We'll see you back soon.